Vaporesso's got a new tarot called the Pro. Same shape, new colors, some new upgrades. Let's check it out. What's up, vape fam? It's Dave back with you from Married to the Mod. Checking out this Vaporesso Tarot Pro today, which I'm sure a lot of people out there have seen the Tarot. This is the version 2. They called it the Pro. Couple things you can see right off the bat is it only does 160 watts, which is a lot more realistic with a dual 18650 battery than 200 watts. It's going to be a lot more accurate in this chip. This chip they're calling the Omni chip, and there's a couple upgrades that really came along with this chip that are nice and not so nice, I guess in other ways. It's really how you look at it. For example, it's going to do all your normal temperature control mode, your nickel, titanium, stainless steel, and it's also going to have your TCR modes on there. This one, which is new with the Pro, is it's going to have bypass mode, and it's going to have a USB charging port. This Omni chip also has upgradable firmware with it. Now, the biggest thing that they kind of upgraded with this right when you turn it on is they've introduced a mode called Smart VW mode. I'm going to show you that when we drop down low, just so that I can kind of show you it in action. It's easier to explain as I show you. Before we do drop down low, I'm going to tell you this is a 200-gram device without batteries in it. So it's going to be on the heavier kind of size. Does fit in the hand nice. It's the exact same body style as the Tarot. It's made out of aluminum alloy and zinc alloy. And, you know, it's 23 millimeters wide. So your 24, 25, anything, you know, above 22 is going to have a little bit of hangover. This here is the recoil, which is 24. And, you know, it's not too noticeable. Let me go ahead and grab a hit, show you how it works a little bit. Real responsive. It has that curve mode also, so that you can kind of adjust the way that you're getting your power. You know, at 0.5 seconds you can get 100 watts. At 1 second you can get 80 watts. At 1.5, you know, and I'll show you that as we get down low. So yeah, why don't we go ahead. I'm going to take a vape. We're going to drop down low, and I'll see you down there. Alright guys, so we're back with you down low. This is the Tarot Pro mod packaging. It's going to have a little bit of writing on it here. Tell you about the smart variable wattage, that curve mode. On the side here you're going to see this is the silver one. And then it's going to have some specifications here on the back. What it says here on this little sleeve, it says on the box as well. And then on the side here, the sleeve, this does have the Omni chip. Metal buttons for better grip. I don't know about that, but okay. And then USB charging capable. Now when you open the box, you're going to have your Vaporesso envelope. Inside this envelope, I'm sure everyone has seen a Vaporesso review where they have their user manual and all that good stuff. And you're also going to get a USB cord that is for charging, and it is a data cable. And then the actual Tarot Pro itself. Now this is the silver one. You can see it has that nice carbon fiber. It says Vaporesso on it. Tarot Pro up here on the top. On the back of it, just Tarot Pro, no Vaporesso. But you can see there is your USB cord connector on the front. Nice clicky buttons. No button rattle on this at all. Starting up here at the top, you have your 510 connection, which is going to be spring loaded. Nice tight spring on it. Now, as I was saying, this is only a 23 millimeter wide atomizer, or mod. So when you put on your 24s or 25s, you are going to get a little bit of hangover there on the edge. It's going to be 93 millimeters from the bottom to the top, and then 57 millimeters wide this way. Now looking at the bottom, you have some nice holes for battery venting. And then you can see this right here, that's your finger tab to open it up to put your batteries in it. Open it up and it's real clean inside. No cables, nothing showing. You do have your marks here, positive, negative, negative, positive. It is ran in series, and you do have some spring-loaded contacts up here on top. Then you're going to have 4 magnets. 1, 2, 3, 4. This door is solid and it's held on tight. You can hear it there. Grabs it, and you really got to be trying to take it off to get it off. It's not just going to come off. So here's all 3 of them next to each other. You have the steel, the brown, and the yellow. All of them really sharp, different, kind of like a granite type of marble look, I guess, on this brown one. Carbon fiber here, and then like a stained glass window over here. Really, really nice finishes they did on these. Alright, so I went through some batteries in here. Now if you press it, it'll say system off. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Say Vaporesso. And it's automatically going to turn on at 5 watts. Now, on the opening screen, you're going to see you're going to have 2 battery indicators for each battery. You're going to have your resistance. You're going to have your voltmeter. And then down here, you're going to see this S. That S is that's indicating the smart variable wattage. So, I, right here, like I was saying, have a 0.13 ohm coil. Now, when I put this on here, it automatically asks you new load. Now it'll ask you that every time. If I click yes, you can see where it jumped right to 80. It feels as though I should vape 0.13 ohm coil at 80 watts. So for some instances that's nice, other instances it can be a pain. It happens every time too. You can see I just kind of back it out a little bit. Now it's still on there, it's just not touching the 510, and it drops right to 5. As soon as I screw it back in, go to fire it, new or old load, it's going to read it right away and say 80. So that's what the smart VW is, or smart variable wattage. So as you can see, you got the 3 buttons down here. You have your up button, your down button, and your mode button. Now to change mode, you're going to hold that 3rd button or mode button. You'll see it go into nickel, stainless steel, and there's titanium there, right? So if you want to switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius, you just kind of round robin it. You go down to the bottom at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, click it again, and it'll go to Celsius. Now if you hold it again, you're going to go into your M1, which is your TCR setting. In order to access that, it's 3 clicks of the mode button. You'll see it pop up, and you can set either one. I'm hoping that you can see this alright. It is pretty small on the screen. But up, and you'll see the numbers go up. Down, you'll see the numbers go down. Now, in the manual, Vaporesso went and put some numbers in there as to what they think you should use it at. For nickel, you're going to use it from 6 to 700 on your TCR mode. Titanium will be 3 to 400. Knifey will be 3 to 400. And then your stainless steel, 303, 304, 316, or 317 will be settings 80 to 200. So you hold it again and it'll get out of it after you set it. And you can see there's memory too. You can have 2 different TCR functions. You hold it again and you have bypass mode, which of course bypasses the chip, and it just gives you whatever kind of voltage the batteries are putting out. At this point it would be 3.4, should be around 4, seeing how these are full batteries, 4.2 type of deal, which it is. It's giving me 4.1 volts. So if you're at the normal wattage screen, now this has the curve mode. In order to get to that, you're going to go ahead and click this mode button 3 times. You'll see VW for variable wattage or CCW for the curve mode. Click this, it'll highlight the curve, and then you hold down that mode button. Now you can go in here and select it as to how you want it to hit every half a second. So for the first 0.5 seconds, let's do it at 65 watts. For the second, which would be 1 second, let's have it go up to 80 watts. 1.5 seconds, we'll have it drop down to 50 watts. And at 2 seconds, we'll have it drop down even more. At 2.5, we'll have it up to 115 watts will do. And then 80 watts at 3 seconds. Now you can set that all the way that you want. When you're done setting it, you're going to hold down this mode button. and you'll see that your curve is locked in, and what you have set, it's going to show you on that little graph. So as you fire it, it'll count it down from where you are. Oops, and you can hear it fire. Watch when it hits that big curve mark right there on that graph, you'll really hear this coil go. So it works really good. The curve's really nice if you want to take the time and tinker with it. Also, a few other things. There's a locking mechanism on this so that you hold the wattage up and the mode button. System is locked, however, you can still fire it. It's just going to lock these buttons here. To unlock it, same thing, up and the mode button. Now it's unlocked. And you can also do a screen flip if you hold the up and down button. Now your screen is flipped. To flip it back, same thing. So that's about it down low with the Vaporesso Tarot Pro. Let's jump back up. I'll tell you what I do, what I don't like, and where you can go ahead and get your one. Alright guys, so we're back with you up top. So that was the Vaporesso Tarot Pro. What'd you think? You like it? My personal favorite thing about this mod are the colors that it comes in. The yellow with the stained glass look, I think that's so cool. You know, I don't have many yellow mods. The brown one here with that marble type of finish, that's really cool. It has like that really nice gunmetal type of steel around it. Kind of matches really nice. And then you have your just steel one with your carbon fiber on there, which is also really nice. But this yellow one here is the one I've been using quite a bit. Let's go ahead and talk about some pros and cons. Pros, I like the curve mode. If you're a tinker, you're going to have to get in there and kind of see what you like. But I like to be able to set this down for a few minutes, pick it up and have my curve mode start at like 105. Then I'll drop it down to 90. Back up to 100 so that it heats up that cold coil so that I'm not sitting there waiting for it to really like heat up. You know what I mean? Right now I got it in curve mode and basically instantly I'm getting that hit. Real responsive with the chip. It seems to be very accurate, and this does fire down to 0.05. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it does fire down to 0.05, which is really nice. Another pro is how it has the bypass mode. You know, I like to build low. As you can see, I have a 0.13 ohm coil in here. I like to be down around 0.1. I like a warm type of vape, and when you can run a bypass mode with a 0.1, it just works really, really good. Bypass mode is excellent in this. It seems to be very, very accurate as far as temperature also. I'm not going to say the most accurate, but it seems to be really, really nice. I haven't used it in nickel or titanium on temperature control mode, but I have used it in stainless steel, and I have used the TCR modes on it, and it has been a really, really nice, accurate type of vape on those type of temp control modes. And then for the last pro, you got this USB port so that you can charge it, and there's upgradable firmware for this. That's always going to be a pro in my book. This thing is never going to go out of date. So now let's talk about some cons, all right? The buttons, you know, they say metal buttons for better grip. I don't really get what that's all about. There's no rattle in the thing. And the buttons are nice and clicky. You know, but I don't know. The buttons just, to me, feel a little cheap. I feel like they could have done a little bit better. There's like this little yellow ring around it. Maybe, you know, throw a light in there. Make something cool. I don't know. It's kind of nitpicky, I know. Biggest con to me is that it's only 23 millimeters wide. Now, when I have the recoil on there, there's a little bit of overhang. And I like to use the Goon and the recoil. Those are my two go-tos pretty much. And everything coming out nowadays is 23, 24, 25 millimeters mostly. I have that little, I don't know, I guess that you can see it right there, just that little bit of where it doesn't kind of meet up because of the curve type of deal. And, you know, that's just kind of a con in my book. I like my atomizers to sit flat. But these do screw down all the way. There's no space where there shouldn't be, but there is space where that does curve there. So where can you get yourself one of these? 160 watt mod, dual 18650. I seen them on Vapor DNA for $59.99, and they are in stock right now. I believe they have all three colors, no matter which one you want. Go check them out over there. So I guess at the end of the day, this is a good mod. I would highly recommend this. Accurate mod, reasonably priced at the $60 mark. And the colors, you're bound to find one that you like. So this one, I'm going to give 2 thumbs up. Go out, get you one of these. Remember out there, everyone, vape together, stay together.